Venom Let There Be Carnage is now the highest opening of the year. Yep, that's right. Venom Let There Be Carnage is the highest opening of the year. Hold on a second. Because I'll have both the numbers and box office Bozo open, obviously for reference. But Venom Let There Be Carnage opened to 90 million. Of course, No Time to Die and Dune top 100 million internationally, which is very good for both movies. No Time to Die is the record opener for international box office, with essentially 100 million internationally already for No Time to Die, which is very good. But Venom Let There Be Carnage is at 90 million. Of course, the international box office is very weak for this movie, but it might be like the Boss Baby situation, well, they don't really have well, you have to wait a long time for them to come out internationally, which is the case here. Yeah, they haven't really released it internationally, essentially, and well, like the Boss Baby, it was a movie that was pushed back, pushed forward, and like the Boss Baby 2, Venom was pushed forward to, of course, October in the States. But again, like if everywhere else, it has been released, it'll be released in the UK and other countries much later. The only other market to release then is UK, the Russian market, and Ukraine, with the rest of the markets revolving around its original release date. So yeah, everyone else in Europe, you guys have to wait until the original release date. So yeah, that's the reason why it is not doing well internationally. Cause it's only from two markets, like the Boss Baby, it's only from two markets, and Boss Baby only opened to 2 million, and everybody said, "Oh, it's a flop." No one's watching it, even though it only released in 3 markets. But I'm the troll here, according to Odin's Movies blogs, drones. And I said I looked up the Boss Baby, so I want to see the second one, but the second one still is not making that much money, 112 billion, which is completely abysmal compared to the first movie. But it did also release on the streaming service as well, which is also the reason why. And the second movie will probably become a super hit on well, it probably did really well on Peacock anyway, so it probably made money on that service. But now let's get back to the current box office and Venom Let There Be Carnage. I don't know if it passed Joker. I'm gonna see if it made more than Joker. I don't think it will pass Joker, but it's the second highest October opening, so could also include first Venom. Yeah, it actually beat the first Venom. It's beating the first one. But now let's compare it to this year's movies. Okay, the movies that were released this year, of course. Which we all know, the highest grossing movies. So Black Widow, Shang-Chi, F9, The Fast Saga, Quiet Place Part 2, and Free Guy are the highest grossing movies. I think, Free Guy will no longer be on this list after next week, considering that, No Time to Die is likely going to pass Free Guy. But Venom Let There Be Carnage is going to pass 200 million, and it is beating Shang-Chi, which is pretty good. Shang-Chi did really well at the box office, nearing $400 million. Black Widow, that came out like months ago. And the difference between Shang-Chi and Black Widow is that Black Widow released day-to-day streaming, while Shang-Chi didn't. And Shang-Chi outgrossed Black Widow. It really showed the missed potential that Disney put, because they wanted to put, day-to-day streaming services with Black Widow, which made no sense. It made no sense. But these are the highest opening grossing movies of the year. Okay? Godzilla vs. Kong is no longer on this list. I realize that. And Free Guy. But now let's get back to the box office. Okay? Which there is really only three movies to talk about. And no surprise. The other movies are not really doing too well. Okay? Dear Evan Hansen is a box office failure, essentially. Okay? But Venom is doing extremely well. It has a budget of 110 million, so it is going to make back that money. Next, the Adams Family. No, not Shang-Chi. We're gonna get Shang-Chi later. No, oh my God! It keeps clicking on the other one. Yes, the Adams Family. Yes, this is a movie. Yes, I think everybody forgot they released this. Okay, and compared to the first movie, it is doing almost about the same. It'll likely do about the same. Around. It'll probably do around like 100 million. Because this is a movie that's gonna have legs at the box office, obviously. Also as a day-to-day streaming service as well. And it is gonna probably do like the first movie. It's gonna probably have extremely good legs because of its Halloween theme. Do extremely well on Halloween. And yeah, it's gonna do very well on, of course, Halloween. Obviously, it probably has the same budget too, and it will likely make money international. It will probably make a decent. It will probably make like $40-50 million internationally and 60 million domestically at the end. Like the Boss Baby will probably make out like the Boss Baby did, and it will probably make money at the end. So we'll probably get an Addams Family free in 2023. So yeah, it's doing basically like the first movie, essentially. The Addams Family 2 was the sequel. Next is Shang-Chi. Shang-Chi is doing really well. It has gonna pass $400 million, and this is of course about China. The fact that this movie, this movie will probably made $600 million of Chinese money, but again, you don't have China. China is not releasing this movie, and China that already has, and also China has problems already. China has, power issues, so either way, this movie will probably flop in China, considering that China is now experiencing, like, massive power outages. That, for some reason, that's not on the news. That's not on the news, for some reason. In, like, most of the states of China. Next is The Bay Saints of Duroc, another box office failure, okay? I think that, generic action movies just continue flopping and flopping. I don't know, the budget for this movie is probably pretty big. It also reached day-to-day streaming, so HBO Max might save it. But it's performing like Cry Macho. And it did release against Venom as well, which was kind of a no-no already. And Cry Macho didn't really do too well either. May Saints of Duroc is another flop for Warner Brothers. It's another failure. Dune is coming out, so we'll see how Dune does. But yeah, May Saints of Duroc is another flop for Warner Brothers. Next is Dear Evan Hansen, Universal's big flop. Nobody wants to see this, essentially. It's essentially a big, huge, massive failure of a movie. Nobody is watching this. I said this movie was going to flop, and it did. I just cannot believe I was right about this movie. No one was going to watch it. It's going to become forgotten. Just like Booksmart, and even the critics were like, oh, we don't like this movie that much. Even the critics hated this movie, and this was the movie that Venom was originally supposed to open up against. And yeah, I don't really think there's gonna be any major delays anymore. Considering how well Venom and Shang-Chi did. Maybe some small movies might be delayed, but the big movies are probably not gonna be delayed anymore. I don't really see massive delays anymore, considering how well the movies are doing now. And Dear Evan Hansen is a big flop anyways. So next is Free Guy, which is doing really, really well. And again, Free Guy is the only movie on this list that does have help from China. It made like 70 to 80 million now in China. And yeah, Free Guy is doing very well and worldwide. It's having extremely good rigs in America, meaning that they're gonna probably keep this in theaters for as long as possible, because it will make money and make more money. Because this is already out on stream. This is already out on Disney Plus, and it's still making money. It's still freaking making money, and it's already out on fucking Disney Plus. This movie is a massive success. They're gonna probably make a sequel to this, no surprise. I haven't seen this movie, so I probably will go see this movie eventually. But yeah, they're gonna probably make a sequel to this, no shit. Next is Candyman. Candyman is not doing alright. It has okayest of legs, but Candyman is a movie that I think is a more niche movie, more niche audience. It is a horror movie. It did make back its money like weeks ago. It has released. It has been out for over a month now, and yeah, the Candyman. It's a more niche movie. Next is Jungle Cruise. I don't know why this movie is performing so abysmally internationally, but apparently Disney is making a sequel to this, so it doesn't really matter the performance of Jungle Cruise. Apparently, you know, apparently this movie flopping. You know, apparently this movie did. And we know this is just a promotion. We all know this is just a big budget promotion for the Disney ride. But yeah, it's basically doing like your average blockbuster. It is definitely no longer in the top 6 highest grossing movies because of Free Guy, which will likely be surpassed by No Time to Die, which is just hilarious, which is just good that it will be surpassed by No Time to Die because the box office is getting better, and Free Guy did release in a month that is notoriously not good for theaters, for movies as well. But yep, that's really it about this video. Also, the Jesus music flop, which is no surprise. Again, you know, and yeah, Venom is making $90 million. This is record breaking, the highest opening since the reopening of Godzilla. Okay, the highest opening that beat Black Widow of 80. Black Widow's 80 million in opening. And yeah, there we go about Venom What to Be Carnage. So yeah, there we go about this video. Goodbye.